Hello guys and gals, Big T Fix-It here. Have you ever had a water leak inside your home and couldn't figure out where it was coming from? Well, this evening we're going to a property where water is forming on the outside of the foundation underneath the brick line. This ought to be interesting. Come on, let's roll. The first step in identifying a plumbing leak is to stop using that plumbing that might be in proximity to your leak for a few days to let everything dry out. Our step number 2 and step number 3 tonight are going to be to open the wall behind the stove. If we don't find any source of water behind the stove or any moisture, we're going to move on over to our sink and we're going to open up our sink base and inspect our drain where that drain meets the foundation. Let's roll. All right, so we're back in the kitchen. And we're going to go ahead and we'll allow about 6 to 8 inches for exterior wall space. So our 3-foot mark is here. So that leak from the first leak we saw from outside is between 40 and 47, 48 inches. So it's somewhere in this range underneath this cabinet. And then the larger leak that we saw was right at about 6.5. So probably want to cut over here to the right of this cabinet, below that outlet. Now remember, this is 220 outlet right here. We want to be careful if we're using a sheetrock saw or a carpenter knife. Just be cautious because it's live. The other solution would be just to turn the breaker off. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. On err on the side of caution, we'll go ahead and to the breaker box and shut that breaker off. Okay, so we turned our breaker off at the breaker box. We're just going to use our multimeter and confirm that the power is off. We'll put our leads across both legs and then each leg to ground. So we have no power. All right, now I can safely open the wall. All right, so it's feeling for a stud, but I don't know if there's one in here. This looks like a sheetrock electrical box, so there might not be a stud in this area. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll cut from about halfway down. Here we go. Okay, give it a little extra light here. So everything looks dry right here. So we might have to go over a little bit more. Okay, so it feels pretty dry on this side. Pull this insulation back. There's nothing wet. We'll go ahead and open the rest of this wall real quick and see what we can find in there. Still no moisture. So the reason I chose to open the wall behind the stove is because it's the easiest place to access first. And if you have luck there first, then great. Now we've got to do more difficult work, and we have to go into our cabinets right here. So we discovered that the clean out for the kitchen is down here just under the sink. And after further inspection, there is moisture along the foundation under the edge of the brick right there. So, and also we have some little discoloration, some mildew growing. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look under the kitchen sink and see what the connection looks like under the sink into the wall. Okay, we're back in the kitchen, going under the kitchen sink, and we're gonna open up the bottom of the sink a little bit to inspect the drain pipe where it goes through the wall, and we'll see what we find. Now it can get a little smoky, and you're creating a lot of heat, so make sure you do have something to put out a potential fire. Alright, it's kind of soft. So now that we get the back of the cabinet out, we'll go ahead and get the rest of the sheetrock. Okay, here we go. Move it, there we go. So there's our drain right there. Right there where it hits the sill. There's some moisture right in between the cut of the 2x4. So we're going to take a paper towel, push it down in there, and see how much moisture we get out. Got a little bit of moisture out. Okay. Okay, in conclusion, we found that the drain pipe where it goes through the sill, and we'll use this as a reference, where it goes through the sill in between the 2x4s, there's a crack at the bottom, and it's probably on the back side, and the water is running underneath the 2x4 all the way around the corner of the house and back this way. And what we're gonna have to do is take out the bottom half of this cabinet and remove that old black ABS drain pipe and do a repair. So when we may or may not have to take out some brick on the front of the house. So hopefully we can get it from this side. So we'll go on in here with this camera and we'll kind of get another visual.
Or you can always move this however you want.
Okay. There we go. There it is down there. Then we'll work on the other side. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of moisture down there. So what we've done, if you want to look on under the cabinet, we've gone ahead and made ourselves some room down here. We took out the garbage disposal, and we've already cut our 2x4 on the left and right side, and we're going to take our channel locks and break that 2x4 out on either side, and we just we're going to run our water. We hooked up to this hose bib. We're going to run our water through that supply line just to double verify before we cut this black ABS drain pipe. So let's get started. We identified the source of our water leak, and it's not what you'd expect. Downstream from the kitchen sink is the laundry room, which of course has a washing machine, a wash basin, and next to that, a half bath. When these items are in service along with the kitchen sink and dishwasher, the line becomes overwhelmed. We discovered the water was seeping out of the cleanout plug on the exterior wall. We simply removed the plug, added some pipe thread sealant, and tightened it back down. That was our simple solution. This is another one that we done fixed. See y'all next time.